up, guys? My name is Kevin Jackson, and welcome back to TechNow.
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 So, from now on, we're gonna do things a little bit differently here. We're gonna be talking more about the news and actual review products and do hands-on and things of that nature. It takes a lot of time to edit. I don't have that much time right now as a college student, so we're just gonna be talking about the latest news that I find interesting. The first topic that we have going on is gonna be talking about Google Pay. So as we heard late last year, Google actually transitioned to a new app and uses a new platform now for basically most of its banking. So it uses Plaid now to verify, bank accounts. There's a wide range of different services that it offers now where you can track your spending with various bank accounts. You can get rewards back. And then later on, during this year, they're gonna launch their own little checking account and debit card through Citibank and then I believe Stanford Federal Credit Union. But before that, right, basically it was just a service where you just send and receive money from different people. Pretty standard that way. And then you could use it with your credit cards or debit cards or for NFC pay, right? But because of the new transition with the new app and the back end, the moving to a new banking system, a banking provider, basically the removing all compatibility of the old app and the Google Pay website. It's really sad because with that, one of the main reasons why I use Google Pay all the time was to send and receive money. And that went directly into my bank account. And that went via my debit card. And I didn't really have to pay anything. Now they're going to charge, I believe it's a 1% or 50 cent or something fee, right? But I use this so much where it's like I actually send money back and forth between my bank accounts using a different Google account. And between my savings and my checking of a different provider, and it happens so instantaneously and there's no fees with that. I understand, right? Because of the whole back end, they were probably losing money, paying those transaction fees. But it just really sucks because that's what I use so often, right? Multiple times a day to transfer money between those accounts. So I was also looking into getting a new bank account as well. Because I'm tired of Bank of America and how much they've been charging me for monthly maintenance fees and overdraft fees and things of that nature. Like, I understand, yeah, you can turn it off, right? You can do stop payments, but they charge you $30 for a stop payment fee, and that is on the whole account, I just don't want them to take out money if there's no money in there, you know what I'm saying? That's basically it, right? So, was looking for some new banking providers, looking into some new online banks and, kind of the interest that they offer and the features that they offer. I kind of went down the rabbit hole and I realized that, Capital One and Charles Schwab, a duo with both of them actually would be a great benefit for me. So with Capital One now, they do have a few branches located mostly on the East Coast. But they have a network of ATMs, of all-point ATMs, and they have their own ATMs where you can actually deposit money, deposit cash, things of that nature. Because I really do get cash, sometimes for the birthday, sometimes from, DoorDash or Uber Eats, and I want to deposit that in the bank account, So I'm glad that they have a location near me where I'm able to deposit that money in and, get that to my account. And then with Charles Schwab, they're mostly, they have, in-store locations, but it's mostly for the investment accounts, right? The brokerage accounts, not really for the bank accounts. So I was able to, so you're able to transfer money from the Charles Schwab from back and forth, right? Between the Capital One and Charles Schwab via Zelle. That's what a lot of people were doing online, but for some reason, I was unable to use the service, which is really sucks, because that's the main reason why I did it all. But there comes a third provider, right? And a third provider would be Facebook Pay. So Facebook Pay is actually, it does basically the same thing as Google Pay, friends and family, things of that nature. But the great thing about that is that they charge no transaction fees as well. So I'm be able to transfer money from my by creating two Facebook accounts from my Capital One to my Charles Schwab. And the main reason why I got the Charles Schwab one is that they reimburse you for ATM fees. So they use the Allpoint network as well, but if you go to out of network and get out of network ATM and get charged a fee, basically it would reimburse you on your statement balance, and that's beautiful. Another thing is with Simple, right? So Simple is actually an online bank account as well, and that was the gold standard. A lot of people love that because they charge no overdraft fees, no fees of any kind, right? Straight up no fees, which is crazy, right? Your bank account could go overdraft and they won't charge a fee. So that was pretty cool. And I had them for a while after that transition from Google Wallet card back in 2016 over to them. And now they're actually shutting down. So I'm transitioning to a new person, and that's called One Finance. And they have zero fees as well. One of the coolest features about them that I like is that they have individual bank accounts. You can create these things called pockets. And with these pockets, you can create different checking accounts to pay bills. So you can create one that's for your mortgage. You can create one that's for your cable bill. You can create one for your phone bill, things of that nature, right? And eventually they're rolling out where you can actually have individual debit cards for each thing, just like privacy, right? But it's all included in your whole checking account. And another cool feature about that as well is that the interest rate is actually pretty good. I was using T-Mobile Money as a savings account with 4% interest per year, right? But with One Finance, they actually have this autosave feature where you can save up to 10% of your paycheck that's direct deposited in, and that will give you 3%. Besides that, you get 1% in just your regular savings, and that's comparative to T-Mobile Money if you don't have a T-Mobile account. So yeah, that's basically it, really, on that topic. I have something to replace Google Pay, and I'm really excited about that. And I probably might sign up for a Google Plex account once that comes out. But I just gotta read the terms and conditions and the disclosures and all that just to make sure it's all good. The second thing I want to talk about here is the downfall of LastPass, right? LastPass was basically this free password manager that took across the world, that was really famous, right? Because they had a free plan and you could use that on any device, no matter if it was mobile, no matter if it was computer, right? The interface was a little bit janky, was a little bit outdated if you didn't have premium, but it's all right. It still did the job. But unfortunately, coming in March of this year, they're going to be removing that benefit of using all your devices. So you can only use it on either mobile devices or you can only use it on desktop devices. And that really sucks for me personally because I like just, signing in, to LastPass on any one of my devices. And then when I hit, the username or the password form on whatever app, whatever website, automatically filled it in for me. That was beautiful. But I was also in the middle of a transition a little bit as well because I wanted to get a YubiKey, the YubiKey 5C NFC, and that has USB-C and NFC as well. And I wanted to really, password protect my accounts, with two-factor. So LastPass doesn't have that unless you get the premium subscription, and that's going to be around $3 a month, right? So I transitioned to what a lot of people were saying on Reddit, and what a lot of people are saying is pretty good. A lot of my friends use this one, and it's Bitwarden. So Bitwarden is basically free across the board, same like LastPass, right? It's a little bit more intuitive to use, I would say. Like the user interface is a little bit, more updated. And it only costs $30 a year if you want to use an external key like, a YubiKey or a different app called Duo or things of that nature in tandem with Bitwarden. And it's been great so far. I've downloaded it on every one of my devices and I've been using it, and it's pretty similar to LastPass for me, so it's a great alternative. So the third topic going into that is really talking about mobile pay again, right? We talked about Google Pay earlier, but I really want to talk about Samsung Pay. And one of the main reasons why I got an S7 back in the day of 2016 was because of MST. MST was the way that you were able to pay when a lot of terminals didn't accept NFC. Basically mimicked your credit card or debit card's magnetic swipe, and you just tapped it on it. It was pretty cool. So I had the S7, used that a lot of the time, and then I even bought a Galaxy Gear watch, and that was pretty cool. A Gear S3 really. And now they have the Galaxy Watch and the Galaxy Watch 3 and all that fancy stuff. But they actually took out MST out of those watches. And Samsung said, just recently that the next flagship phone is not gonna have MST in it. And I was like, damn, that really hurts, I mean, it's kind of not really needed that much anymore because, a lot of people are accepting of NFC, especially with the pandemic that really fast forward a lot of things in terms of, mobile pay of that nature. And a lot of gas stations that I go to, including Arco, they have mobile pay for like a few years now. right? Even Sam's Club, my gas station of choice, my wholesale membership club of choice, they now have mobile pay, and that's with like scan and go. You scan the little QR code on the gas at the pump, and then you just automatically pay with your card. You gotta type in your CVV number, or CCV number, which is kind of weird. Why do you start to do that when it's already in the app? But I like it. I've been using it, and it's been pretty good so far. But it's crazy because I just got a new Android phone. I've been using iPhone for the past year, and now I can actually use MST again with the watch. And it didn't work one time when I went into Walmart. I was a little bit disappointed. I was trying to use it because I forgot my cards at home, and it wouldn't work. The terminal just froze up, said it wasn't accepted, and I was just like, damn. So Walmart needs to get its ish together and accept mobile pay. But like actual Google Pay or Apple Pay, I was fortunate enough to use Walmart Pay, right? But if I didn't have that in the moment, then I couldn't be able to pay for anything using my watch for MST. So I guess it is kind of good that they're moving it, but also kind of bad that it's going away. And the last topic that I really want to talk about today is talking about Twitter. You know them as a social media platform with, a few characters and no edit button. I know them as a social media platform that I get all my liberal media from and learn about being black more. So with that, they released a new feature where you can actually, pay to follow somebody, right? It's called super followers, right? And I feel like they're taking that from, Patreon, they're taking that from YouTube memberships, they're taking that from OnlyFans. Because they realize that, oh shoot, people are going on Twitter, subscribing to people on OnlyFans, and, it's just kind of like they're losing money that way, right? And they need to gain a new stream of income. With ads, it's not doing that well, and the companies, its stocks are not doing that well under Jack, right? So that's a good way to help make money, And I'm just thinking about this really recently. It's like, yeah, you can really do it as OnlyFans. You could do private pics, you could do private videos, man. You could share audio, all that stuff just to your followers if you want to pay. In the example pic that they showed in the press memo, it was saying like $5 a month, right, to get a lot more content, to get discount codes and things of that nature. And I think that's a pretty awesome idea that's actually that I feel like will become mainstream on the platform, right? And people are like, whoa. You look at YouTube, right, how YouTube memberships are doing. It's not as good as Patreon, but it's just easier because it's all surrounded in the same ecosystem, right? So it's much easier for people that say, oh wait, I already see their content, let me just be a super follower of them, right? And just combining so many different companies, different apps in one, right? So along with that, we have like groups and we have audio. Twitter is trying to mimic Clubhouse on this one and have different rooms we can talk about different topics of that nature. I'll go into Clubhouse a little bit more in detail later, but I think that app is pretty cool and or what it stands for and what it's trying to accomplish. But if it's all wrapped up in the Twitter app as well, which is a more vocal supporter of of what the liberals use, right, or also conservatives in some matters, then I feel like that it actually might outbeat Clubhouse, which is really trying to present itself as a great startup. But that's it for today, guys. If you guys have any suggestions or any news items, go ahead and put them in the comment section below. I'll be sure to get that next time on next week's episode of TechNow News.